Trump versus Harris middle ground much louder to me. I don't know
No matter
why.
what my candidate does.
I think it like really upset at Donald Trump for January 6th are so funny to me. It's like our entire system is fundamentally broken, dude. Like, it's like, I'm sorry. Out of all the things that Donald Trump did, okay, out of all the things that Donald Trump did, awful shit, okay, senseless deregulation, so aggressive that like even fucking certain big oil participants had to be like, all right, dude, we're actually fucking up the bag a little too much. Insane tax cuts for the mega wealthy and corporations for absolutely zero reason at a time for record high profits, like completely fucking up the pandemic response that led to the deaths of hundreds of thousands of Americans. Like, there's so many things that you could point to that, like, I'm sorry, January 6th does not even reach the top 5.
I'll go first again. Like, one of these two people are getting it.
This is not a good argument, man. Your Honor, I know I killed 40 families, okay? But if I wanted to, I could have killed 100 families. Guess what? Calling me a serial killer in this situation is bad faith. Bad faith, I tell you. I could have killed a lot more, and I only chose to kill 40 families. Okay? How dare you, Your Honor? I say. Bad faith, I say. It's also stupid because, like, okay, Hitler genocided 12 million, 11 million total people. I think that's the full number. 6 million Jews. There were 6 million other Jews, so I guess that's not a genocide. Is an insane argument. If you made that argument, I'd be like, you're a Holocaust. Then I'm a part of Jewish Voices for Trump. I was at the seminar that he gave on anti-Semitism where he was like, what's wrong with you Jews? I gave you everything about Israel. That's all you care about. Everybody knows that Jews have like a bone in their brain that causes them only to care about Israel and nothing else. As a part of the Jewish Voices for Trump, I loved when he said that. He is so right to say that.
Things that he's done for the Jewish people and for the state of Israel.
What has he done? Okay, for the state of Israel, yes. What has he done for the Jewish people? A Trump supporter went into a synagogue in Pennsylvania and killed 13 Jews, okay? He was a Trump supporter who had now decided he was outflanking Trump. He was like, still operating on Trumpian attitudes, by the way. He was like, unlimited immigration, Jews are causing this, and honestly, I hate it, and Donald Trump is not doing enough about it, so I'm going to take matters in my own hands. That's what he said. We know that's what he said because he wrote about it on Gab, which is still a website that functions. I don't know how, which is Gab, for those of you who don't remember, is basically what Twitter is now, but it was, you know, back then Twitter was too liberal, so they were like, we need a place to put all the Nazis in one area. Okay, he wrote about it. He was like, yeah, Jews are bringing unlimited amounts of immigrants into the country, so I'm going to go kill them. That's what he said. Or who could forget when Donald Trump did that other wonderful thing for the Jews when Nazis marched on the fucking streets of Charlottesville and said, Jews will not replace us, and said blood and soil, and swung their swastika flags around. And then Donald Trump turned around and said, there were very fine people on the side of the Nazis too. I mean, calm down. Okay. Hold up now. Was that a good thing that Trump did for the Jews? In terms of things that Donald Trump did domestically for the Jewish demographic, it's not exactly great. Okay. Obviously, if we're talking about working class Jews, same principle. Donald Trump was dog shit for working class Americans across the board, including working class Jews, you know? But if we're talking about like anti-Semitism specifically, his fan base loved that shit. The idea that Donald Trump did a lot for American Jews without talking about Israel is a really silly thing. And seems to me like American Jews don't really give a shit about Israel all that much. I mean, there are definitely some who do, this person included, but it's far from like the number one priority for American Jews because guess what? They don't live in Israel. His attitudes are basically like, I had to go through so much chemotherapy to get rid of cancer in my body, okay? And that's why I am against cancer vaccines. Like, it's just that. And she didn't even have to go through any of that. I'm just saying, like, she's carrying the resentment of the older generation with her. One of the things that he brought forward was about, like, Haitian migrants. And every single one of those Haitian migrants are, like, legally here. They are TPS recipients. some of which got the TPS from Donald Trump, mind you.
Matter when it comes to the election. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care if
Wait, when the Census Bureau describes unauthorized immigrants with the residents are included with the resident population, the resident population is used for... Wait, is he mad that like people that are currently on U.S. soil are counted in the census as people that are currently living on U.S. soil? Like they can't vote, dog. I mean, we do the same for fucking criminals too that are in prison. They can't vote. They don't have the same fucking level of they don't have the same rights as you do. But of course they have to be fucking counted because obviously they're still people. And that means they're going to be driving on the roads. They're going to be taking they're going to be using the public transit. You need to make budget decisions, okay? And they're still human beings that are living on U.S. soil, so of course they're going to be counted more than that, okay? It should be 0%. And it will. By the time I'm done with it, it will be.
should not be a thing. And we're just giving this money to these people that come.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe there's homeless veterans, dude. Yeah, I know. That should give you, I don't know, an understanding that should cause you to understand that America doesn't give you lectured about a lot of shit, okay? Like, I'm going to be real. You need to go back to school, okay? Everyone does. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the Trump guys, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to assume that the Trump guys don't know the origination of the term third world in terms of like its alignment or lack of alignment during the Cold War. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that they use it as a catch-all term for a shithole country. So funny to be like, to tell a Guatemalan, why don't you stop in Mexico? It's like, dog, there's motherfuckers in Mexico coming into America. That's why the Guatemalan is not stopping in Mexico. I always find it very funny when people are just like, I don't get it. The Guatemalan should just stop at Honduras and move not even an inch further. Moldova Mama Liga said, so more immigrants want to come to the United States, but it's also a shithole country by your estimation at the same time. And the answer is yes. So more immigrants want to come here, but the U.S. is a failing nation at the same time. That's what Trump is saying. Is true, though. The problem is Trump is the reason, or at least one of the many reasons as to why the United States is a failing nation. Okay, he's an accelerant on that correct argument that he's making.